Form factors. M2. Think of M.2 or M2 as the Swiss Army knife of modern computer slots. While we often think of it as just a way to plug in a fast hard drive, M2 is actually a versatile, space-saving connector designed to replace a whole mess of older cables and specialized cards. As you prepare for your A+ exam and look at your MSI motherboard in your NYC lab, the M2 slot is likely the most important physical interface you'll deal with. It is what allows your system to be incredibly fast while remaining thin and compact. However, as a technician, you must be careful. Just because a card fits in an M2 slot doesn't mean it will work. You have to master the dimensions, the keys, and the interface. 1. The stick of gum dimensions. The most striking thing about an M2 card is its shape. It looks like a small stick of gum. Because different devices have different amounts of internal space, M2 cards come in various lengths. As a technician, you identify these by a 4 or 5-digit number. The first 2 digits are the width, which is almost always 22 millimeters, and the last 2 or 3 digits are the length. 2230. 22x30. These tiny cards are usually used for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth modules in laptops. 2242. 22x42. A common mid-size length for some tablets and smaller laptops. 2280. 22x80. The standard. This is the length of almost every NVMe SSD you will buy for your desktop or home lab. On your motherboard, you will see several screw holes labeled with these numbers. You must ensure the standoff, the little screw post, is in the right hole to match the length of the card you bought. 2. Understanding the keys. This is the most critical part of the A+ exam. To prevent you from plugging the wrong type of card into a slot, M2 uses physical keys, small plastic dividers in the connector. B key, the notch is on the left side, pins 1219. These usually support older SATA speeds or 2 lanes of PCIe. M key, the notch is on the right side, pins 5966. This is the performance key. It supports 4 lanes of PCIe and is what you'll find on high-speed NVMe drives. B and M key, this card has 2 notches. It is designed to be universal, fitting into either a B slot or an M slot. You will see this on many standard SATA-based M2 SSDs. 3. Interface, the language problem. As a cybersecurity professional, you need to understand that M2 is just a form factor, a shape. It is not a speed. The M2 slot can speak 2 different languages. SATA. If you plug an M2 SATA drive into the slot, it will still be limited to the old speed limit of 600 megabytes per second. It's just a regular hard drive in a smaller shape. NVMe PCIe. This is where the magic happens. By using the PCI Express lanes, these drives can reach speeds of 7,000 megabytes per second or higher. The technician's trap. Not all M2 slots on a motherboard support both languages. Some slots are NVMe only, and some are SATA only. Always check your MSI motherboard manual before buying a drive, or you might find yourself with a stick of gum that your computer can't taste. The installation, the screw of destiny. Unlike desktop RAM that clicks into place, or SATA drives that use cables, an M2 card is inserted into the slot at a 30-degree angle. Once the pins are in, you gently press the card down flat against the motherboard and secure it with a tiny M2 screw. If you lose this screw, the card will spring back up, the connection will break, and your computer won't boot. As a pro tip for your NYC lab, always keep a spare bag of these tiny screws in your toolkit. Summary for the A+ exam. M2 is a form factor, not a speed or a protocol. 2280 is the most common size for SSDs. M key is required for high-speed NVMe performance. B and M key is the universal fit, but usually runs at slower SATA speeds. By mastering the M2 interface, you've ensured that your high-speed cybersecurity tools are running on the most efficient physical platform available today.